Morning class, good morning everyone. In this video, I'm going to share with you another way of inserting text in Photoshop, which is the text to path. Meaning, when typing text, the text will follow on its or the path you created. Okay, so first you click a canvas or you create a canvas, you click File, click New, and then you select this one, the short paper or the letter. Okay, the dimension is 8.5 by 11. Make sure that the resolution is 300 inches. So here you need to write our syntax in naming files, which is your last name, your first name, grade and section, then the activity number. So in this case, we're going to type activity number 2. Okay, so that's our syntax. Then you click create. Okay, so this time we're going to create a template for our every activity. First, you click create layer, and this time you have already two layers, the background and the layer you have created. I want you to click the view. So we are going to create guides for our template for the margins. So click view, then click new guide, and then first, so make sure that the vertical is checked, meaning you're going to create vertical guides. So meaning guides actually will not print, so you can actually hide these guides. So these are only guide to create a perfect dimensions for your margins. So vertical, for instance, you type 1, so the default actually is in inches, so you click OK. So you have already this guide. So for the right, so this is 8.5 minus 1, so that's 7.5. So you click view, click new guide, and then you type 7.5. Then vertical, click OK. Then your top margin, so again you click view, click new guide, and then horizontal, and then you type 1. So you make sure it's horizontal, then you click OK. Then at the bottom, click view, new guide. So at the bottom is 11, so minus 1, that's 10. You type 10. Then horizontal, you click OK. Okay, this time we are going to create here the name, your grade and section, and the title of the activity and the score. So we're going to make 1 inch from the bottom guide. Okay, so view, new guide, and then 9. So this is 10 minus 1, 9. You click OK. So then we make 9.5 guide. So view, new guide, and then 9.5. So meaning a guide between the 9 and the 10. Okay, horizontal. Okay, so this time we are going to make a title here at the center. So here we can create or select view, new guide, and then we're going to type 3 vertical, 3 inches from the left. Okay, so and then that's 5.5 view, new guide, and then create 5.5 vertical. Okay, so we have already the center for the title. Okay, so this time to create or to complete our template, you are going to click new layer here, create new layer, and I want you to name it as, or simply double click this layer 2 and want you to name it as background. Okay, so for instance that one, so this is the background layer, the active. You make, then here you right click here in the selection tool, then you click rectangular marquee tool, and then you make sure that at the view you make sure that the snap is checked. So the function of this snap actually is it when you drag here, when you click, when I drag here, it will snap actually to that corner line. So okay, so that will lock actually to that line. Okay, so up to here, then release. Then I want you to fill this one with a color. So for instance, you are going to fill this one with, you choose a color here, or you can also make a gradient fill with this in this area. Okay, so for example, you're going to fill this one with light green here. Any color, you can fill this one with any color. You click OK. So your foreground color active now is light green. So you're going to hold down the alt, meaning press the alt, and then backspace. That's the shortcut key to fill the selection with the active color. Okay, so since you have still the selection, you can actually change this color to a gradient color here. So you can click here at the gradient if you want a gradient color. The same with applying to text, the gradient color here. So you can mix your own color. I have already discussed this one. Then you click, for instance, you want this color combinations. You click OK, and then you can simply, the gradient tool is active, and you can simply drag from top to bottom. So that's how to apply a gradient. Okay, to remove the selection, the shortcut key is Control D or deselect. Okay, so you can actually see this one by clicking the select, and then to deselect you can see it's Control D. You can press actually Control D to deselect, to remove the marching ants or the selection. Okay, so you click this one, it will remove the selection. Okay, this time here I want you to create again another layer. Create new layer at the top of the background, and then you can type here at the center. I know your active tool now is gradient, so we're going to press edit, and then I am going to step back. So you make sure that you select this rectangular marquee tool by right clicking, or if it's active you simply click, and then make sure that the snap is checked here, view, and then you make another color here for the title. Okay, so to fill the selection with the color, you make sure that another layer is selected so that you can easily edit if you want to change color. So I want you to select the color you want here. For example, this green, then click OK. And the shortcut key to fill is Alt backspace. Okay, then Control D. You can make any color you want. Okay, so here you can change color here. You make sure that is snap to guide. Here you have guides, and then you can fill this one with another color. For instance, you want only white. Okay, and then Alt backspace. Shortcut key is Alt backspace. Okay, so Control D to deselect. Okay, here you can also fill this one with white if you want. So select, and then Alt backspace. So if you want another color, you can select here. Okay, Control D to deselect. So we're going to create here our color for the title. So you click new layer again. For instance, this is for the title here. Okay, double click to change the name of the layer. Here is the title. Select, so that's the title layer, and then for instance I want this color very light green, then Alt backspace, Control D to deselect. Okay, so that's how to create a template for in every activity we're going to create. So we're going to just copy and paste this activity to and change all the content of the activity. Okay, so this time we're going to write names here. So for example, we can click the zoom tool and then maximize or zoom in and hold down the space bar to move. Then we're going to type name here. So we can click the text layer. Actually, when we click the text here by typing your name here. Okay, so change it highlight. You can change this one to black. Okay, so click the move tool and then you can move. So I want you to type your name here. Then you can press Ctrl J, jar. So make sure that your name here is selected. You can press Ctrl J. That's to duplicate a layer. So duplicate, so meaning you have already two layers overlap. Then you can drag this one down. So that it can move straight. Actually, hold down your shift so that it will be aligned at the top. So to edit, so make sure to check the layer. That's the bottom layer. Then double click. Here you're going to type your grade and section directly. So do not type the grade and section word. So you just type grade 10, then your section. Okay, again, you just copy and paste this one. You can, the shortcut key is Ctrl J, jar. So we have already two grade and section. So you can simply drag here or hold down your shift key, shift to align. So see, it will actually align from the first. So and then you type here your score, score. Then I'm going to put your score above. Score in every activity. Okay? The score here, and then at the top, Ctrl J. This one, select this one by simply holding down the control on the keyboard and then click to select your name so that I can align. So press Ctrl J, jar, and then hold down the shift key while dragging to align with the first name you type. So I want you to type here the date. Okay, so the score would be, you can edit this one. You can put a colon and then move the score here. I am holding down the shift to align here so that I can write the score here. The date, actually directly type the date, so do not type that word date. Then here is the title. You can actually hide if you want. You can now hide these guides, so you can actually hide these guides. You can click the view and then you can uncheck the extras. Okay, so no more guide. Just press Ctrl minus to zoom out. Okay, so you have already your template. So we're going to create activity here. Okay, so this time you can apply stroke to this template. So if you want to put lines on the side or stroke, you can right click here, for instance, in the background, and then blending options. The same in applying layer styles in text. Blending options, and then you can move this window by simply pointing at the white area or at the title bar. Then you can select stroke. So if you want gray, you can change. You can also select a color you want by simply clicking the color, and if you want black here, then click OK. So you can also change the thickness of the text by sliding this handle. Okay, you can choose that's outside, so it's inside, and this is center. So I prefer to use the outside. Okay, and then you click OK. So, and then this time you're going to click the zoom tool and then click here. You can also zoom by simply clicking the portion you want to zoom, then hold down your space bar to move. Okay, so here is the title. Okay, so you can type here the title. You can select the text layer so that you can simply duplicate with the same text size. So you click, for instance, that one, and then you press Ctrl J. The same again, that's to copy and paste layer. So this time when you point here anywhere, you can drag and then you can see another text. Okay, so you just simply double click the T to edit, and then you write here the title. Then at the bottom you can press enter. The title of this activity is, this is activity 2. Enter, and then this is text to what. Okay, so you can change color if you want. So this is our template for our activities. Control minus to zoom in. You can actually put lines here if you want. With this layer, you can actually apply, right click, select the layer. That's actually the fill at the bottom. Blending options, if you want to put another stroke at the bottom, and then you can simply the same thickness, that's 9, and then you click OK. Okay, so this is our template for all of our activities. Okay, so if you want to restore the guides, you can click view and then you click extras again. Okay, for example, I'm going to edit. You're going to edit here and you want to put lines between here. You can actually select again this one, hide this one. Okay, so you can double click, or I mean you can duplicate this layer, Ctrl J. This is actually the rectangle at the bottom. Okay, so for instance that one, and you want to put a line, you can press Ctrl T to check if that's the layer, and you can resize, you can drag to resize here so that it will put another line dividing your name and the grade and section, and then you press enter to accept, or click the check, or click the move tool. Okay, so you can view again and then you can hide the extras. Okay, so this is, if you want to put line here also, so we're going to put also line here, black line. So select this layer by simply pointing with this color. You can to directly select the layer without looking here. You can simply point at the layer and then hold down the control and then click to select. Okay, see, you have selected that layer. So for instance, you're going to put a stroke here, right click, and then bending options, and then you can select stroke. Okay, so the same 9, and then you click OK. Okay, so this is our template for all of our activities from activity 1 to 10.